Hi, folks. William Stillman, psychic medium, back in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, October 5th, 2022. And before I forget, just a little something that I wish to share with everyone. This morning, as I was eating my breakfast, I was going through my email, and unsolicited, there popped up an email from a newspaper archive, and the title of the email was about researching a Civil War soldier who went missing in action, and about whom there was a mystery for his disappearance. So I thought that was an odd bit of synchronicity that I wanted to share with everybody before I forget. But I am joined once again today by Jaffa Kaufman of Spirited Events by Jaffa.com. And in addition to being a gal of tremendous professional integrity, one of the interesting things about Jaffa is that she has some ties to Gettysburg by which she can get us onto locales and various environments that are not open to the general public. So I'm curious and intrigued about where she's going to be taking us today. And
That's right. I have some
it's never dull.
surprises again.
Yes.
That's right. I have some great surprises for you. So I think you'll enjoy them as much as we will enjoy seeing what he comes up with.
So let's go for it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I'd like to introduce you to Bill Stillman.
Nice
This
to
is
meet you.
Pamela.
Kayla, good to meet
it's
you.
nice to meet
And
you.
we have Tim and Rachel.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, not a problem.
Yeah.
Thanks for reaching out.
So the way this works is Bill will sort of just walk around.
Okay.
He'll tell you what impressions he's getting, and then he just needs you to sort of say yes or no, not to give too much detail unless he asks for it. And we'll see what happens.
Thank you. Terrific.
Yeah.
May we go inside?
Yes. We're just going to stay downstairs though.
That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Is this a bed and breakfast? Oh, okay. I'm seeing the word minister, and I'm wondering if anyone here performed weddings or if there have been weddings on the property, to your knowledge.
No. But the minister makes sense.
Can you tell me how so?
So Reverend Dobbin used to own the land.
Interesting. Okay.
And we do have a priest that pops in.
In spirit form, is that what you're talking about? Aha! Very interesting. Okay. I'm also being shown is there a parlor area? A room that would have been a parlor toward the front of the house, would it be? The reason why I'm asking is because I'm seeing what looks like someone laying in state. So a coffin, whereby people would be coming to, it's a viewing. Mm-hmm. People would be, does that make any sense to you?
Does.
Would that have been in the parlor area of the house? Do you know?
At that time, it would have been the parlor, yes.
Can you take me there, please?
It's actually upstairs.
Where you don't want us to go today?
Yeah.
Okay, but that would have been something that would have happened here, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, alrighty. Why? Any ideas why? I asked you if this was a bed and breakfast, and you said no. Mm-hmm. But it feels as though there are like multiple people staying here or living here at the same time, but they're not related. Mm-hmm. Can you explain that to me?
So we have multiple spirits from multiple eras.
Very interesting. Okay. So it is sort of like a bed, maybe not a bed and breakfast, but more of a hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also a dog that just ran past me. Has anyone heard a dog panting? Or heard what sounded like an animal on four legs at any point in time in the house?
No.
I've heard stories about that either.
You haven't?
I have not.
Have not. There was a dog that just went right past me right here. Mm-hmm. About a medium-sized dog. Wondering to whom that may have belonged. I'm also picking up, I don't know if there were boys that lived in this house or grew up in this house at one time. I'm hearing a lot of like rambunctious sounding activity. in the house.
Yes.
Running up and down stairs,
Yes.
throwing things downstairs,
Yes.
hearing a ball bouncing downstairs, something that sounds like a cap gun or a cap pistol also. So this property would have been here during the Civil War era as well?
Yes.
I mean,
Some of it.
some of it,
yeah.
because I'm also hearing, and I've heard this other locations, I'm also hearing cannons. So if I were here, I would have heard cannon fire within my earshot, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I need to ask, I'm sorry,
Kayla.
Kayla,
Yes.
forgive me.
That's okay.
Kayla. If the name Philip or Phillips as a last name rings a bell to you. Driving here, I was getting that. So I just
No.
want to put that out there to you
No Philip.
as a
that I know of.
possibility. Or
Right.
Phillips as a last name as a possibility. I already picked up the name John once before today, but I need to ask about the name John again connected to the property here.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Alrighty. I feel like I'm pulled in this direction,
That's fine.
if we may do that. So I'll allow you to leave us if you don't mind. Yeah, I feel like I'm being pulled more toward the very front of the house. Or I want to be. Thank you. So was this all here originally?
No.
None of this. So this was an add-on. Okay. I'm being shown the word seance. I'm wondering if there, I don't know if it, I don't think it's in recent times actually. I think we're going back to maybe late 1800s, post Civil War era. But it almost, this is going to sound crazy, I'm going to throw this out there. It almost feels as though there was a movement, a group of people that maybe lost sons or husbands in the war that wanted to convene to see if they could make contact. So I'm maybe 1880s, 1890s era. I don't know. Do you know anything about seances where people are gathered around a table and someone is facilitating or leading the group? Do you know anything about that possibility happening here on this property?
Yes. I'm not sure about the 1880s, but
The era
there's
in which it
been-
would have happened?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. But it's feeling that way to me because it feels like there is grief associated with it and also a bit of a desperation to make contact or connections. I also need to ask about the name Mark connected to the property.
Yes, that's the owner.
The owner is Mark. Okay. Of this building?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Also, any connection to female with an E name, to your knowledge?
No.
I'm being told there's a strong female presence upstairs.
Yes.
So is she not the E name?
No.
Would you think about that, please? Because it's repeated. I don't know if it's her middle name or a last name.
It's definitely not a last name.
Not a last name.
Hold on.
Or if there would be an E. So E name, I think Elizabeth, Evelyn, Eleanor. Edith, help me out, folks. Some other E names. Edith, Edna.
You said Elizabeth, right?
I said Elizabeth. Yep. But I do want to say that the female presence upstairs feels very, very strong. Feels like a very strong presence. I would be willing to bet that, I don't know what's upstairs, but I would be willing to bet that there are doors that people close that they come back and find open. For example, can you verify that for me?
Yes.
Thank you. I wouldn't be surprised if people hear footsteps. I'm being told personal objects being moved
Yes.
or straightened on bureau tops, right?
Yes.
What is her name, please?
Mrs. Kitzmiller.
But what's her first name?
Mary.
Mary. There's an E name connected to her very
Her
strongly.
daughter's name was Eva.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, to your knowledge, is Eva also a presence
Not that
on
I'm
this
aware
property?
of.
All right. Is there any reason why she would be pining or grieving Eva, to your knowledge?
I think it might be her daughter-in-law, actually, and yes.
So did she die, or did she die prematurely, or die tragically? Eva, because it feels like this female presence there's a grief connected to the E name.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, yes.
Okay, so that would make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. All right. Well, she, it's very interesting because there are male energies here as well, but in other environments in which there has been a lot of activity, it's usually one male that's very dominant and the others kind of fall in line. Here it's reversed.
Mm-hmm.
Here she's the dominant force, and it's almost like she's the mother hen or the school marm, I want to say, and then everyone else kind of,
Yes.
follows her lead.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So to me, it feels as though any male energies here are less overt. There's a gentleman with whiskers that people have caught glimpses of. Yes. And has he actually appeared in a photograph, to your knowledge, where I'm not talking about an orb, I'm talking about like maybe from the chest up, where he's quite visible. And I have my back to the wall for a reason because I don't want to be influenced by anything there.
Right. No,
but
he is not.
I'm gonna contest that
Okay.
because I would be willing to bet, and maybe it's something that no one has reported. See, we're being interrupted electrically again because someone doesn't want me talking about all this stuff. But what I'm being shown is about from the chest up, a phantom, an apparition of this gentleman. It's kind of a translucent white, and he's got whiskers. Yeah. Do you know who he might be?
I mean, the one that we do have, he's pretty clean shaved, so I'm not quite sure.
Is there someone that would also be referred to as Doc?
Not
Doc or the doctor, to your knowledge?
Not to my knowledge. no.
Okay. So maybe we can look into that beyond our time together then. Well, it's never dull here.
No,
Isn't
it's
it?
not.
There's a kitchen here also?
Yes.
Is that correct? Because I'm hearing the kitchen feels pretty noisy to me as well.
Do you want to go there?
I don't know. Is it
It's back there.
active? Is the kitchen kind of an active
It is.
hotspot?
It is.
Yeah, because I'm feeling lots of, that's interesting. So what I'm being shown is years ago, a location that it was had been a funeral home that was turned into a restaurant, believe it or not. And people wouldn't go into the basement because they constantly heard pots and pans being thrown around and things, a lot of noise. So that's what I'm being shown as an example of, something similar happens here, where it's very noisy, but people walk in and everything's in its place. So I don't know if you've had reports of anything like that. But it feels like the kitchen's kind of a hot spot.
It probably is right now,
Yeah.
especially.
And the basement. Was there a wine cellar in the basement, to your knowledge?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's take a look at the kitchen then.
Okay.
Let us pop in here.
You did do a lot of wine.
Let me come in and get next to Kayla here, if I may. So Kayla, with some of the new construction that's going on here, beyond the noise that is involved with all of this, has that also then stirred up other noises that you're hearing?
Yeah.
Because it feels almost like someone's trying to parallel or imitate or echo some of what's currently underway here as well. So it feels like so someone's hammering and stops, and then there's like an echo of the hammer. It's almost like someone is trying to keep up in tandem.
Yes.
That's happened?
Yes.
Isn't that curious? Yeah. I also want to ask if, and again, I have no idea where we are, and Jaffa told me nothing in advance, but I also want to ask if people come to this building specifically to take pictures in this building. And that's something that you allow? That's something that you permit?
Yes.
And so then people are registering anomalies in their photographs in this building?
Some, yes.
Okay, because it feels as though people come here for that purpose.
Yeah. There are some people who do come for that specific reason, and I think I know what photo you're talking about.
Which photo? Of the gentleman?
No, he's not. I mean, it's a little boy.
No. I was seeing an older gentleman from about the chest up. That's all that manifests is from
Okay.
the chest up. So it's his head and shoulders is what I was seeing. And it's kind of a, white, kind of hazy white look to it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was seeing. So I don't know if anyone had ever reported anything like that, even if it wasn't photographed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I've not had one turned in or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
But who knows? Huh?
yeah.
So what I'm feeling is that so long as you are devoted to preserving the structural integrity of the original property, that this is condoned.
Yes.
That this is condoned. It feels that way. And do you
Yes.
feel that also?
I tell them everything I'm doing before I do it.
Perfect.
So.
Perfect. So what I want to say is someone is keeping pace with all of that, because it feels like even during downtime when things are quiet, I'm still hearing work going on in here.
Yes.
And have you heard it?
Yes.
Yeah, very
Yes.
interesting. Yeah. I do want to say that I don't feel anything untoward in this building, in this property. I don't feel anything in any way intimidating or menacing. I feel welcome here. I want to tell you that. Do you actually live here?
I do.
On the property?
I do.
So do you feel the same way?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So I feel as though no one here is experiencing nightmares or night terrors or having the bedclothes pulled off of you or anything
No.
like that.
No.
Nothing out of control.
No.
I am curious to know about the dog, however, because I'm seeing it a second time now.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know any history of who may have lived here who had the dog.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. And I'm also seeing...
Can I
Sorry,
back
yes,
up a
please.
little bit? What kind of dog, if you could give a breed,
I can't give a breed, but I can tell you it's maybe a medium-sized dog.
bigger than a lab or smaller? than a
Smaller.
lab? Okay.
Smaller than a lab.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking, Kayla, maybe it was one of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
No.
wouldn't work. Okay. Never
Yeah.
mind.
The other thing I'm picking up is, and this has been kind of a theme here today, chickens.
Chickens?
Yeah. Chickens on or near the property, possibly out back. There's actually a coop I'm picking up on because I'm seeing someone gathering eggs.
Yeah.
So I
I'm
don't know
not-
if you know anything about that.
No, I don't. I'm not
Yeah.
sure about that.
Also, any connections to your knowledge to a male with an N name?
Yeah. Current owner.
Oh, yeah.
N.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the last name.
Last name. Is there someone before the current owner, however, as well?
I don't know much about the current owner prior to Mark.
Prior to the current owner, if
Yeah.
there may have been a male with an N name. Yeah,
That can be researched though.
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm picking
Yeah.
up. As in Nathaniel, for example. because I keep seeing the name Nathan, so I don't know if that would make sense. But I want to get out of the kitchen, so I don't want to
Absolutely.
be disruptive here. Is there anything that either you or Jaffa would like me to ask me about or show me?
Well, she mentioned about the little boy. Do you sense anything?
I'm not getting anything about a little boy. No.
He was like right in here when they took the photo.
Well, remember what I was picking up initially was a lot of boy energy, but boys plural. So I don't know if there had been boys that lived here or grew up here. I said I heard things being thrown down the stairs, running up and down stairs, bouncing a ball down the steps, I heard. Yes. Has anybody heard anything like that?
All the time.
A ball bouncing down the stairs.
Running up and down the
And also
steps.
marbles
Yes.
rolling along the floor. I want to ask about that as well.
So I've never personally heard it, but other workers have heard marbles upstairs rolling around.
Yep. Yes. Yep.
This place is always
Yes.
active, but,
Yes.
but like you said, in a good way. There's
In a
never
good
been
way.
anything
Yeah.
menacing.
In a good way. So I do want to say I don't believe that here there are any human souls that are stuck here that haven't transitioned to heaven. It just feels like emotional imprints that then periodically get released into the atmosphere. And I think we all make imprints in our homes in which we live because there's so much that we experience in our lives that is emotional that can't help but get to be imprinted in the physical environment. And so I think my impression is that's kind of just a little bit of residue or bleed over.
Okay, so then I do have a question maybe you can explain. Hearing an audible voice that is telling you to do something.
Or calling
in
you
here.
by name.
Yeah, it wasn't calling by name, it was telling you you need to get out of here. Thinking, and this person thought it was another female that was here, which it was not. Did I tell you about that? I might not have told you about that one.
So being told to get out.
A female telling someone on this first floor who was sitting down here by themselves, you need to leave or you need to get out.
So let's remember that earlier I was asking about something that to me looked like a seance where people are trying to deliberately conjure soul energy or spirits. I don't know that there are controls in place here by which you're vetting people that you bring in, or people have to meet certain criteria, but I am certain that there are all kinds of people who are living here now who are coming in and out of this building, and some of those people may not be very nice people. Some of those people may have disingenuous motives for wanting to be here, poke the bear type of mentality to get a thrill or a rise. And so I'm wondering if some of those people are actually bringing in with them some, negative energies or some trickster type energies. And that's to what I would attribute it, because I am personally not feeling anything malicious or harmful in this building. You haven't felt it. No one's being upset or disturbed to the point where it's affecting the quality of your day-to-day life. Little things here and there are being straightened and moved and so on. But it feels more like a protective presence protective of the property rather than anything that's trying to create chaos or upset in any way. And so that's my response.
And I will say that your assessment of a female being in charge, that's something we've known for many years. That's been reported. So we definitely picked up on that.
And if any new spirits come in, she lets me know right away.
Well, that's good, because as I said, I don't think there's a screening process in place for who comes in and what kind of caliber of quality individuals you're bringing in. And there are thrill seekers that come to Gettysburg because they're looking to be spooked. They're looking to get a rise, or as I said, poke the bear and call something up that may have a nefarious agenda.
Right.
And that's not good.
No, we
That's
don't.
not good.
We don't do seances.
But I'll stand by what I was saying
Yeah.
earlier, is that I feel things like that have happened here.
They have though. Yes.
Yeah, and so, that's kind of a mixed bag if you don't really have the controls in place to know what you're calling in. Those negative energies will also imitate and mimic people's loved ones. That's very duplicitous, yes. So it sounds like you're exercising some cautions in terms of what's permissible here on the property.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Seances are not allowed. At least in my part,
Yeah, That's
so,
a good thing.
Yes.
Any other questions for me or anything else you wish to show me?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
I think that's
All right.
good.
All right. Well, thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for letting us
Thank you.
intrude. And I'm hopeful that I was able to maybe at least just confirm
Yes.
or affirm some things that you were picking up intuitively
Yes.
for yourself. And it feels like just a lovely, warm presence. She wishes that your housekeeping skills were a little bit better because she kind of follows up behind you, straightening up things and adjusting towels on racks and things like that.
about right.
Sounds about right. I keep seeing perfume bottles on a bureau top or a dresser top that are being moved, or glass bottles that are being moved or adjusted also. So I don't know if you know anything about that.
That's actually funny. When my husband and I started staying here,
Mhm.
he films making drinks. And when he got done filming one night, he came to bed and you heard the liquor bottles clanking together.
Very interesting. Yeah. I'm wondering also if there were pigs nearby. To your knowledge, I asked about chickens
Yeah.
earlier, and if there might have been pigs nearby as well, because I'm smelling pig manure
I mean,
specifically.
there's a bunch of farmland around, so it wouldn't surprise me.
In close proximity, not that the wind's carrying it
Right,
from,
right.
but in closer proximity to this building.
It would
I'm
probably
wondering.
be
I was thinking down that
pre-Civil
way.
War.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the house. About 3 or 4 houses down that do the history tours.
Oh, the Schimmelfen thing.
Something.
Yeah,
I was thinking maybe they.
it could have
I
been,
think they
yes,
might
because
Right. Well, again, thank you for letting us intrude.
you're welcome. Thank you
It
for
was
stopping
It was
by.
a pleasure. Yes.